Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Return of the Obra Dinn. This episode is pretty much gonna be all about, well, trying to deduce as many fates as possible, because yesterday, at least for me, I went through scenes and general notes that I've made before. I went through them again and again and again and tried to make sense of some stuff, and well, I think I have enough information to deduce a few more fates, and hopefully, if my guessing is correct, I might be able to get like, well, at least a few more fates down. So hopefully by the end of this I will have at least nailed like 30 fates, maybe, perhaps. That's at least what I'm hoping to get. And so, well, we'll see how far we can get, and if I reach a point where I decided like, hey, okay, I have nailed down every possible thing I can nail down by myself now. I don't really have any good idea for anything else. If I manage to reach that point, well, then we'll simply go ahead and get off the ship and see whatever the chapter bargain is all about. But for now, let's, well, begin deducing. Oh, by the way, one thing I did realize, these numbers over here, using them in the, or well, referencing them from the correct scene is a huge help. I did realize that yesterday for me, the day before recording this video, and boy, did that help me deduce so many names. Or well, it at least gave me a good clue to names. But yeah, without further ado, let's deduce some stuff. And actually, let me go into this scene so that I can show you what I mean. Okay, so yeah, in this scene where this guy Zenzyde succumbed to a tragic illness is one of the scenes where I managed to get a heck of a lot of information after, well, actually looking through some stuff. Because not only the people here that helps you deduce identities and whatnot, but if you look here, these numbers correspond to the numbers in the crew manifest. And that just is such a big help. And like, this guy doesn't really, he just has an X, he doesn't have a number. But by process of elimination, it's pretty easy to tell who's who. And the same goes for these three. Also, we have this thing here, a pipe and a bag, and in a later scene, one of these guys is actually seen at the top back of the boat, having exactly this pipe and this bag on him, so, well, that makes that really easy to deduce one of these. And I'm gonna show that to you right now. And hopefully I'm correct about it. So for this guy, I think this was you, right? Yeah, he has the number 51 here, and if we look in the crew manifest, number 51 corresponds to Renfred Rayab. So yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy once you learn what you're looking for. Where you at, dude? Number 51. There you are. Well, we'll see in a moment if I'm correct about this. For this guy, I am not sure about who he is yet, but I have a pretty good idea about who is the unknown attacker. Because, well, I went through the event, as I said before, and the guy who was holding him was this guy. It's the second mate, Edward Nichols. So, while I don't know who he is, I know who the attacker is. Edward Nichols. And hopefully by process of elimination later on, I'll be able to figure out exactly who he is. So for this guy specifically, I don't know who he is just yet, but I have a good idea that he's one of 3 possible Russians. And the good thing here is, well, I said there's 3 possible Russians and I know the identities of 2 of them. So by process of elimination later on, I can correctly figure out who the heck this guy is. Now for this guy, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he might be Samuel Galligan. So let's see if I'm correct about this. Samuel, where were you again? Ah, there you are. Second mate steward. Also, I did notice something once again when going through this, that he wasn't actually strangled. I don't remember if it was before or after this specific event, and it's kind of hard to see in this event as well, but if you look closely at his hands in the event, you can actually see he's holding a knife, so he wasn't strangled, but he was stabbed. Knifed. And there we go, a bitter cold. Hey, I knew I was correct about the butcher. Correct guess for Galligan. And correct guess for Renfred Ryab. That's 3 more fates down. And if I'm counting correctly, that should be 21 fates down. Alright, let's go back to where the heck I was. Right here. Right. Yeah, it was you, let me see here. So, this is the guy that I referenced before, had the pipe and the bag in another scene. And thanks to that, I can connect that to a guy named Alexei Toporov. Seaman from Russia. Should be him at the very least. Now here's the funny part. This is gonna be a real 50-50 about this. But I'm pretty sure that both of these are Russian. So it's either Leonid Volkov or Alarkus Nikishin. I'm just gonna say you're Alarkus. And for the other guy, where the heck were you at? I think it was you. We can actually figure that out, because these should all of them be the Russian guys. That's you. That's you with the bag. Okay, then not this guy then. But yeah, so not 100% sure about this guy yet, because with him and one other guy, it's really a 50-50. Which I have been proven to be quite good at, so yeah. Here we have another one of the Indian people. And well, this is the guy who was tending to Solomon Sayed before, and well, I'm not 100% sure, like, he didn't lay in any bed, but I'm only guessing from the only bed that was unoccupied at the point. As we can see over here, we have one guy laying over here, this guy sitting in his bed, Solomon Sayed, and the one bed that is not occupied at the moment should then, by process of elimination, belong to this guy. Which, by the number 53, should, and I've written this down, number 53 should equal William Wazim. If only I can find you. There you are. Hopefully I'm correct about that. So I'm not 100% sure right here, but since, well, I haven't gotten the confirmation for Winston Smith, I think he might not be the carpenter, but he might be James Wallace, the surgeon's mate. I guess I was correct. Yep. And Alexei Toporov, correct on that one as well. And William was him. Yep. Another 3 fades down. I'm actually decently good at this, wouldn't you know? Okay, let me see, what am I at now? That's 24 fades down. 6 more fades, and I'm up at 30 fades. So let's see if I can get 66 more fades down. Okay, so for this guy, I wasn't able to figure out who exactly he was just yet, but I think I know who attacked him. Because in the scene, from a certain angle, you can actually see that somebody is shooting. Well, they're shooting with a I guess you could call it a gun. I don't have the exact word for it in my head right now. But he was shooting at one of those crab things, and if you look closely, you can just see that the shot narrowly misses the crab thing and goes beneath it and straight through the wall, hitting him instead. And my guess would be that the guy shooting him was Nathan Peters. That's my guess for the one who killed him. As far as who he is, well, I don't have any decent clue for that just yet. And here for this guy is another one that I am pretty decently sure about who exactly he is. Once again, it was the process of elimination with numbers. And by this guy should be Abraham Akbar, the last guy from India. For this guy, once again, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm thinking he might be Roderick Anderson, the third mate steward. For this page, well, I might have to see later on if I can figure out whatever happened to Nathan Peters. But as far as this guy goes, I think I have a clue. And that is actually from... there was one scene where they were fighting one of those crab people that, like, got through the stairs or something. And that guy was holding what? Well, it would be such a typical, you know, those thicker blades that have, like, a curved edge at the end of the blade. Well, in another one of these scenes, you can actually see one of these bunk beds where there is one of those blades hanging by the edge of the hammock. So with that, I was able to deduce that this guy would be, or well, should be Omid Gul. And from a later event, that was actually pretty hard because I had gone through that event such a long time before, and well, it's one thing when you go through something for the first time, and another thing where you go through it like 2 to 3 times later and just like, oh, hang on, I missed like 50% of everything that was here. Yeah, I happened to see him fall overboard. So, fell overboard. And that's 3 more fates. Hey, Roderick Anderson, I was correct. And Omid Gul, yup. And Abraham Akbar. Sweet. So that should be 27 fates down. 3 more until I reach 30. These ones I am not 100% sure just yet. But I'm thinking... like, I really don't have anything for these two guys yet, but I have some things for these guys. So, the one up top should be a guy named Wei Li, and once again I got this from one event where I was able to see the bunk beds. Or the hammocks, I guess. So yeah, Wei Li. And then from a later event I was able to... well, I saw, quote-unquote, how he died, kind of. I just haven't been able to figure out exactly how it should be interpreted. But I guess it could be interpreted as crushed by a beast. Like, either crushed or drowned. Have to see about that one later. Yeah, okay, for this guy... actually, it will be easier if we go over here. Because as I said before, this guy should be one of the Russians. We already have one of them nailed down, so that leaves 2 possible options. Either Leonid Volkov or Alarkus Nikishin. So since I already have Alarkus Nikishin, I should guess. I'm gonna be guessing Leonid Volkov. And with that, your unknown attacker should be the one I just freaking hopefully nailed down. Leonid Volkov. Hey, look at that, and it's 30. I was correct. Am I good with 50-50 guesses or what? So I guess crushed by a beast was good enough of an answer. And just like that, I have deduced half the fates. Now I can definitely say I'm satisfied. For this guy I have 2 possible identities, and I am not 100% sure it was actually Peter Milroy who killed him. Because the more I think about it, the more it makes sense that it was either... well, that it would possibly be Thomas Lonk. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that last name, but I'm thinking it's this guy instead. Gonna have to go and look at that event later. Okay, let me see here. This guy, we know he's not Charles Hursty because, well, I know that that's a completely separate guy because I've already nailed him down before. And this guy is referencing somebody named Pete. And if we look at this, how many Pete can we see? Technically 1. Yeah, there's only really... okay, aside from Nathan Peters. But yeah, I think like there's only technically 1 dude who could pass for a Pete. So by that process of elimination, this would not be Peter Milroy, but this would be Thomas Lank. Would be my guess. And then you were not shot by Peter Milroy. Actually, yeah, you still could have been shot by him, actually. Because Thomas was limping away at this point. But the thing I'm not sure is... he might not be the purser, but he might be the gunner's mate. Oops. Gunner's mate, which would be... oh yeah, I already actually... never mind that then. By the way, maybe not John Davis, but there was another John here I saw. John Naples? Nah, unsure. But this guy... should be Philip Dahl. I actually did go back and have a specific look at his face, and this picture lit up when I did that, so yeah. The guy from Sweden, Philip Dahl. Hello. And well, that is pretty much everything I had. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a tattoo right there. I didn't see that before. Who is number 37? Number 37 would be Timothy Budement. Oh great, I'm gonna have to look after a guy with a tattoo. Sweet. And a freaking tiny tattoo as well. But yeah, like, I have gotten so much information from looking at just the numbers of the beds alone. It is insane. But yeah, like, I am really proud about this. I did manage to... I had enough information written down to reach my goal of getting 30 fates down. So that's sweet. Thank fuck. Now I know who you are, thank goodness. You are... Okay, what was your bed number again? I forgot. No, Timothy Budement, I think. Yep, should be you. And as soon as I get that nailed down, that is another chapter completely correct. They say strange things about monsters, meaning you would be able to tell what they can say. Like, okay, it could be Huang Li, it could be Ji Zhang, it could be Ling Hong. Any one of these people. Should I just go for it and make a random guess? I might have to. And I really would like to see exactly what happened here. Because I'm pretty sure about who you are, but I have no idea who actually threw that spear. Oh, and by the way, this is also the event where you could see that this guy that we managed to nail down had both the pipe and the bag. So now you know that. Alright, I'm having an idea here, through process of elimination here, and by seeing who was alive from the portrait and whatnot. I think there's only two possible guys. It could be Patrick O'Hagan, and it's either this guy or this guy. And I think that's the guy. I don't think that's Patrick O'Hagan. I'm thinking this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna say you're Patrick O'Hagan. And that's murder, y'all. The third chapter. Hey, I was correct. Patrick O'Hagan. And Timothy was correct as well. And John Abels. Dude, this is legitimately going better than I would have dared imagine. Once again, I'm gonna make a random guess here, which may or may not be completely accurate. Like, okay, there are 3 possible people I can picture here. Based on the hat, I'm guessing it's somebody with a higher position. So maybe the 4th mate, possibly the 4th mate steward, or the midshipman Peter Milroy. How many mates do I have here? 1st mate. Yeah, okay. Making such random guesses aren't the best thing at this point. But I don't have that much to go on anymore. Could you have been a topman then by chance? You don't seem to be from China, so that at least removes 2 from you. So either Lewis Walker or Nicholas Bodville. Since all of those are top men, maybe all of you are top men. Then it would make sense for you to be a steward. You would be a top man as well. In that case, my guess would be Maba. What if I sim... Oh yeah, look at that! 3 more fates just by guessing. Okay, so that was John Davis. Sweet. And I got Nicholas Bodville nailed down. Freaking finally, Maba. You damn bastard, I have been waiting ages to get you down. Absolute freaking ages. Well, the only possible solution for you, I think, then would be Lewis Walker. Look at me managing to nail down stuff just simply by guessing. Okay, suppose I'm right about this guy. In a later event, I think it was later at the very least, we see that this guy is laying right about here with a wooden spear in his leg. And the only person right now that holds something that looks like a spear is this guy. So, if I were to make another guess, and I'm hoping I have the person named, or well, nailed down correctly, it would be Oles Wider that got you, is my thinking. like, okay, it is at least good to know that most of the people I have, like, I have a lot of people down by now, and clues are getting thinner and thinner by the second. Let's have a look at the picture all in all. Pretty much all of the top men seem to be right about here. And you definitely don't look Chinese to me, so Lewis Walker I think would be correct for you. You were called by the captain. Just trying to figure out whom exactly I have nailed down correctly. All of these guys nailed down correctly, that's good. You are two of the people that irritate me the most. I'm guessing you're part of the bargain chapter as well, because I can't really access you at the moment. All of these four are unknown to me. You kind of look like you could be from Sierra Leone. Kind of. I have all of you nailed down, that's good. Seems like the stewards are standing over here. How many stewards do I have left? So maybe David James? Because, well, you don't look Indian to me. Though that's quite a poor excuse to be honest, but I'm just gonna say David James. I already have the surgeon's mate nailed down, I think, so... Besides, I haven't seen you meeting any end, really. First, second, third... The midshipmen seem to be standing over here. So... You could possibly be Peter Milroy. Oh hey, Unholy Captains and the end. Okay. 2 in 1, look at that. Hey, nailed it. And that was correct as well, sweet. And Lewis Walker. I guess the real subtle clues are the best clues. Let's look at the picture again. Yeah, Thomas Lank would make sense for you. But then, this guy cannot be Duncan McKay. Okay, so whom do we have here? Captain, first mate, third mate, second mate. Could you possibly be the fourth mate then? Actually, where the fuck is the fourth mate? Have I already managed to nail down the fourth mate then? Guess I have. Yeah, looks like it. Oh yeah, there you are, fourth mate. Right. And I'm guessing I already have the gun. I don't have the gunner's mate nailed down actually. Though haven't I already tried with the gunner's mate for you? Though that kinda would make more sense, perhaps. And in that case, you would have been killed by Duncan McKay, but by Ole Spider. That sort of makes sense. And then you could be Davy James, the fourth mate steward. I have another event that I should go take a look at. The good thing is that I'm running out of options, so really. Could you be Li Hong by chance? I mean, you could be, by this point it's just a guessing game between all those. Yeah, not much more to get from this event. But judging by positioning here, I have already nailed you down to John Davis, the fourth mate. So could you possibly be the fourth mate steward? Maybe. I'm not saying no, but I'm sure as hell not saying yes. By judging from the map, this is supposed to be the purser's office. Could you be the purser by chance? Is my best guess thus far. Finally, I found the correct event / memory that I was looking for. Jesus. Okay, that will make you the carpenter. Thank Christ I can finally find you. You would be the carpenter. And then it would make most sense for you to be the carpenter's mate. So Winston Smith and Marcus Gibbs. Hello. Freaking finally. Then by some process of elimination I should be able to get some more guys down. Sweet. It does still make more sense for this guy to be the gunner's mate rather than the bosun's mate. By Ole Spider. Yep, and since I already have the other two midshipmen down, that should make you Thomas Lank. Shot with a gun by Peter Milroy. Should be correct, I hope. But yeah, these two guys seem correct. Carpenter and carpenter's mate. Or actually, what should be the other way around, that this is the mate and this is the carpenter. Just for fun, so I'm actually gonna switch it up and see if that's more correct. Are you kidding me? Okay. So that was correct, carpenter's mate. Jisung, I got him correct as well, look at that. And Thomas Lank, I thought so. Getting closer and closer with all of these. Sweet. Yeah, and he was knifed by Olaus Wider, the gunner's mate. Which would be this guy, but then you were not shot by Peter Milroy. Oh yeah, no, he wasn't in the memory, look at that. Was it Lewis Walker then? Looks like I need to go back to that memory to take a look. And here we go, then you would be the carpenter. I just had those guys mixed up. Well then, let's go back here to see who the heck it was that actually shot him. Okay, let's have a look at this. Alright, so he was shot by John Davis, look at that. It wasn't any midshipman, it was John Davis. Now, John Davis, where you at? Further upwards, that's where you're at. Yep, there you are. Should be Olaus Wider, who was shot by John Davis. At least that's what I'm hoping right now, because that's the thing that makes the most sense at the moment. I just need to nail down one more fate to see if I'm actually correct. So then is he not that guy? And Annie 45, there we go. So I was correct with those guys, I just needed another fate to confirm it. Finally. Like, this is quite amazing to me. I have gone from being like over here all the way to over here. I have correctly deduced 45 fates. And I thought I was barely even gonna get half. Look at that, I'm 3/4 through. But okay, so now we have finally you down. We have these people down. So then you would most likely be Huang Li. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, and okay, I am sure about who you are, and I'm sure about who you are. And everyone else here, I'm sure about who you are. And you as well, I just don't know exactly how you died. I'm not sure about who you are, so I'm actually gonna say unknown for you. Completely unknown. I am decently sure about you, and the two of you. You two are nailed down, as well as you three. And everyone here. I am decently sure about you. Because there aren't that many stewards left. Actually, there are two possibilities here. Either the ship steward or the fourth mate steward, and you don't really look like you're from India. I have these two nailed down correctly, so yeah, not that many left. Gonna go back to this memory and see if I can figure out, or event, to see if I can figure out how this guy died, and maybe by a 50-50 chance I can get him down. But at least I'm in the correct area. If I would have looked around before, I would have easily been able to see that this guy's top hat is here, thus being able to correctly deduce him. The bad thing is that I can't see where the heck that other guy is. Already deduced you, and thank God for that. Same goes for you. Top man Lewis Walker. My boy Brennan, who's the only one I have been able to remember the name of for some reason. And that's you, right? Shot by Emily. Now where in the heavens would that other guy be? Like, one possibility that I see it is that he could have been like blown through here, and in that case just being blown to pieces. But I don't see even a corpse or anything anywhere. The other possibility, that he somehow got out of the window and just drowned. Because like we see him right the fuck here, and in the next event he's just gone. He could have been taken by the beast. Or he could have just been blown to shreds. So what options do we have? We have exploded. And we have drowned. My best guess would be exploded. So that was what I'm gonna say about you for now. Like, okay, he was behind him when the explosion happened. I don't think he would have exploded now that I think about it, so I'm just gonna say drowned instead by the beast. But I still don't know who you are, so that is really counterproductive. You could be either one of the seamen, Alexander Booth maybe. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Gosh darn it, now I'm gonna have to go back and... Shit. Well, I freaking finally managed to find this guy again. In this event. Right over here. And you were being... I guess I could say drowned by a terrible beast. Yeah, seems about right. Don't think I can be more accurate with you. And you were the... Yeah, this guy was actually the last one. And then this is gonna be really good because because then for once I will have been able to solve, well, fully solve a disappearance in a chapter. Ah, gosh darn, I need one more correct fate to be able to tell if I'm correct about this or not. Okay, Nathan is supposedly in this event, and since I can't see him anywhere here on the ship or anywhere up in the railings, he has got to be one of the people that were in that boat at this time. So you drowned? By a beast, technically? And that's the calling. Yes, indeed. And Alarcus Nikishin, and whom else? Okay, yeah, Huang Li. Okay, how many others are there by this point? Besides the disappearances then. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people that I'm most likely not gonna be able to deduce. I think I know what happened to the purser. In this event where they were just getting on that boat, well, we see 3 people, and the only other people besides Lars Linde who didn't get on the boat was the purser, Nathan Peters, and this unknown guy, well, whom I'm assuming is the purser. So you met the same fate and you were drowned by a terrible beast. Should be. Drowned, terrible beast. And whom could you be? Alright. Guessing games doesn't really work too well for me right now. So I think I'm gonna put you down as Alexander Booth. Like legit no clue whatsoever, anything could have happened to you. Which is what is bothering the fuck out of me right now. Okay, where was the ship at this point? Of course, it's right out smack in the middle of nowhere. Because apparently he disappeared in the Doom. And well, unless I can find someone that is trying to shoot at him from some crazy angle. Somebody trying to do a nice trick shot from like 20 meters away or something. Well, not you, you're shooting at that thing. But yeah, no, this will have to be quite a guessing game. I don't think he drowned. Committed suicide. Spiked, speared, shot, poisoned. Fell overboard is a possibility. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? Okay. Hey, sweet. Oh my god. I'm getting so freakishly close. So freakishly close. Screw it, I'm gonna try to go on until I have no more people. So, Finley Dalton, where did you disappeared in the Doom? Alright, but at what point? Okay, you disappeared here as well. Oh, then you must have been taken by the beast. Alright. Okay. That makes sense. So the spear wasn't what got you. What got you was... drowned by the beast, then perhaps? Because I don't think you were torn apart, really. You were most likely drowned by the beast. So by this point you had disappeared. Well, he could quite possibly be alive on the islands as well. Or, well, any place really. Freaking heck, the minute I find out where the heck these people are alive, that minute I'm gonna be so happy. Yeah, disappeared in escape. All of you disappeared at this point. I'm just getting so freaking irritated I can't pinpoint where exactly they would be alive. Unless they drowned, but I don't really see that being a thing. Gonna say you are George Shirley, and that this guy is the ship's steward. Because like I have so few people left by now, and I just feel like it's their fates that I have gotten wrong. Ah, he couldn't have been shot by Nathan Peters because he wasn't in that place at the moment. Then who the heck would have shot you? Looks like I might have to go back to that event. Alright, let's see here. We are gonna have to do a little process of elimination here. These are all the people we can see are here in this moment, and this is also... well, this is the moment, the event, the memory where this guy died. So we have a few people to deduce. So we have the gunner and the gunner's mate. So neither of those two killed him. Oh, by the way, you can see it from here a little better. You see that slight streak by the arm of the crab thing? You can see it slightly from the arm here as well. Like dead center of the screen right now is where the... You can see the trail of the shot right there. And that's from the guy. And okay, let me see here. First mate, so it's not the first mate who killed him. That's that guy with the weird sword. And that's the top man Omid Gul, so it was not him. Can't really see that guy from here. But we also do have the bosun and those two there, but I don't think that would have been a few. Yeah, that's those guys, so that can't be James Wallace, and it also can't be Ji Zhang. But yeah, they weren't even there, so yeah, no wonder they were dead. Can I see anyone else here? Yeah, I can see two more people over here. That would have been from this event, I think. Let's see here, that's... okay, that's the surgeon, I think. The butcher. And in here we have who I think is the purser, because this is the purser's office. So with all of that, it's okay. Can't be the first mate, can't be any of these two, can't be the bosun, could be one of the midshipmen, it can't be the surgeon or the purser, can't be the top man. It could be the bosun's mate, assuming I have him down correctly, which I did, I think. Yeah, we have a 3-man possibility. Either Peter Milroy, Thomas Lang, or Charles Minor. But those two seem to be sitting right over there. So that would mean that the guy who shot him would most likely be Charles Minor. I hope. Shoulders of the Sea and the Doom. 3 more fates. Fucking finally, Finley Dalton, hello. And some guy Sati. Sweet. And George Shirley, finally. And that's another 3 fates down. I'm so unbelievably close to everyone that it's not even funny. I have these 4 people left. At least before the bargain chapter. So what have I done with this in this episode? I have done something that I thought would be pretty much impossible, which is to deduce nearly every single person in the entire game. Partly by getting some good leads, and partly by process of elimination, and partly by making random guesses. But yeah, since I did not count on actually getting this many people down. Well, this episode will most likely be quite a bit longer than I had anticipated, and that's okay with me. I have been able to deduce 54 fates. I am impressed with myself. But yeah, like the only people who I have quite literally no clue about would be these guys. And since those are 4 people, well, let's just say it's like this. Looks like it will be at least a few more episodes of this game. Because, well, I'm hoping that the bargain chapter can somehow give me a clue as to what happened to these people. And partly, well, the rule is rule of 3, so even if I get 3 of these people down correctly, I can't get the 4th person down. So I need to unlock the bargain chapter to actually get everyone down. Though, if they're not alive on the Azores and they're not alive on the Canary Islands, where the heck are they? I mean, I could be guessing either Cape Verde or Africa as well. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. I'm gonna say, first of all, you're alive on Cape Verde for all of them. See if that triggers anything. And if not, well, then I'm guessing it's not Cape Verde. Doesn't look like it. Nope, then perhaps Africa. Okay. 2 more fates. I did not expect that to be a thing. Which means one thing, I have been bamboozled with the rule of 3. Which could mean that these 2 ladies are alive in Africa. And that's escape. All currently solvable fates correct, look at that. There's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. Well, then I'm gonna keep everyone in suspense by leaving the bargain chapter for the last episode. Oh, that feels really good. I have solved every single currently solvable fate. Every single one. I am more than impressed with myself. This is gonna be a lengthy episode, but it's gonna be so worth it. So yeah, with that all said and done, the next episode is gonna be all about the bargain chapter, and hopefully, or well, hopefully, possibly, the end of this playthrough. So with all this said and done, then every single fate deduced thus far, well, every single possible fate deduced, I'm gonna have to call it an episode. So yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please be sure to let me know by smashing that like and sub button, leaving an awesome comment, and follow me on social media. Now have a good one, and I'll see you later.